Danny. I would say the majority of the time it actually works really well in his favor, so I feel like that's something obviously Black International wants to contain. Is Guinevere that? Well, we'll have to see if that is going to be it, but also just a lot of attention here as well in the XP lane. Flapteasy, the way he played the previous game, man, even with this hero, this Diroth that hasn't been a hot commodity this season even, could play out pretty well, but already early action.
Little Wonder will go to the side of APBR, and yeah, we have to look again very closely at the matchup between Few and Edward and their impact across the map here.
There they go. The onward goes through, now in the mid lane. Yue in trouble. First blood going to the hands of Few.
APBR going fast and furious here. Already 500 gold ahead. That's the turtle. About half a minute away from spawning. Let's look at the emblems here. Anything out of the ordinary? Is this the same build that Irad had on his Guinevere?
Looking at the Gwyn, yeah. Except the attack speed is a bit unique. I remember Irad had something else, but all the other emblems still the same. And let's just see if they can again match the speed that APBR are playing at, the Faramis that they're up against. And I want to see what the build here of Kaltizi will be. Yesterday he went for Fury Hammer, rushing the Malefic Roar. Let's see if that's going to be the same thing around here. If ever we see Kaltizi Snowball, that might be the case.
All right, something to note while we're looking at turtle control rate here. Kyle TZ favored in this matchup. That Barat's last game, very little he can do with the instincts that he has, right? Sensui wasn't a very mechanically demanding hero, but that's his MO. He's a utility jungler. Here, is he armed for that? Is the Guinevere going to give him that advantage?
He's going to be more utility yet again, and just maximizing the spatial migration.
There's a penalty zone already going to be used. Few there to help him out. Netherrealm going to be expended as well. Still the turtle going to be up here. Sensui, is he going to be able to get it off? It's Ogwin somehow that gets the turtle. APBR, and now Sensui going to fall. That was bad timing there. And now the purple buff for the taking.
Early retribution coming from Sensui. That looked like a Hail Mary to just try and secure it, not just for him, but for Blacklist International. And now he's gonna be without his purple buff. APBR have done everything right this early on. They were able to counter-engage against Blacklist really well after an incredibly well-timed Netherrealm, actually from Yue.
Oh, well, it seems like the name of the game in that first turtle fight was PTB. Just press the button. And when you're playing against Kyle TZ, you can't just Lord!
Tossing him up the alley-oop, but Yue still going to be alive. That would have been really clean if Kyle TZ was able to secure that.
Lovely. The shields from the Matilda on Renegade and the damage reduction via the gold shield turrets. It helps. APBR, 1,000 gold ahead. Where is it mostly on? Is it on Kyle TZ?
Yeah, actually. Mostly on Kyle TZ. Super Marco just, well, the gap isn't that massive. So yeah, Kyle TZ with the kills that he's been getting, and then the farm he's been getting all across the map. Again, Blacklist, just like what APBR did in game number 1, they're not allowing Blacklist to play at a tempo that they're comfortable with. However, again, what they have here is if they can team fight together really well, especially for the second turtle, I'd want to see them try and contest this. They shouldn't just give this up. If they do, then they're really going to have to give up the third just so they can split push elsewhere.
All right, about 30 seconds until this second turtle comes up. APBR approaching 2,000 gold ahead. Again, the last we checked it was a majority. What a read!
Again, what a catch here from Ogwin. Oheb in trouble.
Wow.
Will not be able to survive. It's Ogwin that gets the kill. There's a reason this was picked up early on. First pick for APBR.
Did you see that?
Predicted where Oheb was gonna go. Ogwin just stood there and said, I'm gonna take this, then I will take you with me.
And I don't know, Oheb, I think, understood the situation and he somehow wanted to play around with it. He had more mechanical skills left. Flicker, of course, up, but no. They just bursted him down there.
Didn't even burn the flicker anymore. I feel like at that point, Oheb and Blacklist already accepted that, yeah, we're going to lose our gold laner
with that
here.
kind of read, yeah?
Yeah, and just saving that flicker instead. So, Kyle TZ.
Hello. Kyle TZ. Not going to be able to get anything out of that, but yeah, you know, with that, you can see we got Oheb there now in the bottom.
Oh, wow.
Going to switch it up.
All right, he's a wave ahead of the switch.
Yeah. Let's see if APBR will be able to break this because Few and Kyle TZ will have to defend the bottom.
Still Edward. Okay, another onward to go through. Flickers out of that one, but they will lose the turret. So with that, again, APBREN just working with this lead they have, and a big item pickup here for KyleTZ.
Is this not the Infinix All-Star roamer of the season?
Yeah.
Is this not how Ogwin plays?
On the master for a reason. However, that could have been a better engage by APBREN. They got it, but they could have gotten the kill onto Edward, actually. It's just that the timing of the Abysm Strike plus the onward of the Edith actually sent Edward out of the Abysm Strike, giving him enough room to be able to flicker away. But still, they were able to get what they could. And even though they're struggling, BLACKLIST still making the right cross-map call, sending OHEB to the bottom lane right away. But APBREN read into it with a rotation of KyleTZ and Few to defend.
Oh, look, he's living
Look at the top
orange
side. KyleTZ already getting that penalty zone out. Gonna get caught here a little bit, though. OHEB doesn't use the torn apart memory, though.
He can flicker and do it.
He could flicker in, goes in with the flicker, gets the stun. There it is. There's the kill. OHEB gets his own little form of revenge. And now him and RENJ will work on this top side turret.
Well, APBREN does make up for the fact that bottom lane got pushed, but I don't think that was necessary. BLACKLIST International punishing APBREN. Were they overconfident there?
Yeah, it looked like an overconfident clear on the minion wave by KyleTZ. It's as if he also didn't even think about, oh, he's not gonna go for this flicker here.
He wouldn't.
He wouldn't, but then look what happened. He did, and BLACKLIST International were able to gain something. However, with the flicker from the Brody gone, that reduces the chances of BLACKLIST actually contesting this turtle. As you see, they do not. APBREN still gets it. So it was like a long-term investment, but still at the same time, you didn't really need to make it.
Uh-oh. Look at this.
Oh, okay, this could be dicey. Could be spicy. Edward, the defensive penalty zone. I know you have an acronym for that one, Leo.
DPC.
DPC. You're going to have to use it, but right now it's APBREN just trying to find what they can around the map.
All right, and all this time, there was a threat of a push down bottom. APBREN throw enough firepower at that to quell the push. Interestingly enough, APBREN here slowing down as we ramp up into the mid game.
Yeah, they're going to be looking for that sudden power spike out of a big fight. KyleTZ needs to come off of an off angle, already up to an anti-Karas actually in Sensui. So again, this is going to be that utility Guinevere. Meanwhile, Dreadnought and Blade Armor already for Edward Thursla.
Just going to take the purple from him. No contest, of course. A little too risky for Sensui to even fight for that.
Whoop. Playing footsies with Edward here. Badia Smith forcing out another DPZ.
Okay, he doesn't. Yeah, he's happy with that. Again, you can see quite the lead he has, but OHEB able to put some pressure up there. Few gonna keep him from going back. Here comes the rest of the team, though. APBREN on the hunt. Ogwin waiting for his own onward. Gets the knock up of the Earth Shatter. There's the Nether Realm from both sides. Still gonna be fighting for it. KyleTZ on the backside. Still looking for more. OHEB still alive. For BLACKLIST International, how did no one die? It was Flap that went down.
Killer Kiel, the instincts of this young man, whether on the defense or the offense, he knows exactly where he needs to be and what he can do to get one for Black.
This is what we talked about, the control abilities that BLACKLIST International has over APBREN. Then at the same time, if they fight together as 5, the chances are good, and they did that really well to save OHEB and to even get a kill onto APBREN. Now, interesting interaction as well. The reason KyleTZ and Ogwin were able to catch him was, well, Flap got to lock in his skill onto the Brody, so even though he was guiding winded by the Matilda, the Deeroth was locked in. Almost got burst comboed, but OHEB was able to also flicker out in time.
But you know what? It wasn't just KyleTZ that flew, even the Edith. So it's the onward that locked in that also led to both of them going in.
Yeah, now you can see this all resulting into this fight. Still gonna be going. Penalty zone through. OHEB's gonna fall though. KyleTZ still gonna be looking for more. 2 down for BLACKLIST International. Edward and RENJ here trying to stay alive. The body Smith there, but it's not gonna be enough. It's a precise kill from Super Marco and working on another. RENJ falls. 4 down for BLACKLIST International, and KyleTZ still hungry.
The engagement range on this lineup from APBREN through the roof. They're throwing rounds all the way from Jakarta to Manila. Amazing. APBREN converts straight into a
nice kill, and that was the perfect cherry on on top of a counter engage. That was one of the more beautiful combinations that we've seen from a Matilda and a Guinevere. Energy and Sensui, that was flashy. It was chef's kiss. But APBR, because of the dives of BLACKLIST International, didn't have enough to protect OHEB. Kyle TZ was on that Brody really quickly, and without their marksman, APBR were able to turn things around because they protected their marksman while BLACKLIST could not.
Gotta commend as well the communication between APBR. Could have sworn Marco was gonna get popped. How often you see a gold laner, a soft, squishy marksman in the thick of things like that, survive and still stay to get a precise kill?
It's been a while.
Right? 50% right away.
And with that, I mean, even the previous exchange, right? He just picked up the Wind of Nature. So he just now has that. So again, APBR finds himself in a comfortable lead. Yes, the Lord come down the bottom side. BLACKLIST International's gonna have to answer it, but they're losing these turrets as well.
Here we go. Bottom lane, Lord. Mid lane, APBR. Top lane, Big Wave. And the rest of the squad. BLACKLIST on the back foot once more.
Oh, Ogwin goes in with a conceal, tosses him over to his head. The shield's gonna go through. Edward with a penalty zone. Will go down though. Super Marco gets the kill. So they're going to be happy with that. Lord has been worked on. BLACKLIST International holds on to the base turrets.
I mean, successful defense, and if you gotta put a body right in front of APBR to get there, I'd say it's worth it here. Just under 12 minutes in, 8K ahead.
The penetration build onto this Beatrix. BLACKLIST need to reach it. That's their biggest problem now. After all of the dives, after the Fanny, is can you even reach the Beatrix? Malefic Roar, Heptaseas, BOD, and the Wind of Nature that you mentioned as well. While Fanny actually just got to build a Sea Halberd. So this is APBR locked and loaded. They can just continue the sequence of clearing waves, positioning for Lord, trying to find an opening here, while BLACKLIST will try to play the cross map, sending Renegade along with OHEB to split push the side lanes or the opposite lanes in the meantime.
Now you mentioned the Hitman, the Matilda here. There was one sequence wherein he actually brought in Sensui with the
International trying to get Super Marco.
OHEB's flying.
That was a long flight. Now, what BLACKLIST needs to do in that scenario is then to make sure that Yue and whoever is left behind can protect OHEB and they'll make the turnaround from there.
Conceal play going to be used. Kyle TZ swinging in on the backside. Netherrealm already going to be used as well. Edward, the one to fall. That might be enough for APBR to just be happy and call it back. Lord's going to be up in 10.
All right, that's all the ult spent for one player. Edward goes down here, 20 seconds on the clock. That does open up a free Lord for APBR, so I'd say that's worth it.
And Sui's still able to get that purple buff. Very worth it. And now, let's see if BLACKLIST International will be able to weather the next oncoming storm with this push. A massive lead. The Fanny pickup. Every time Kyle TZ just shows himself at the right time in the back line to make BLACKLIST hesitate.
You gotta think twice. Again, they did this against RSG last night, wherein a Baksha, a Hilda, and a Fanny were roaming roughshod, wanton chaos across the map. Now, it's just Kyle TZ, and it's doing the same thing.
Yeah, they're not going to give him this orange buff. They're going to go ahead and wait for this Lord to march up top side. So now it's up to BLACKLIST International. 10K down. Can we defend against this, right? Do we have the tools where we need to be? What also does Yue do, right? For the most part, he's been taking the Netherrealm, trying to extend some of these team fights as well, but right now the firepower is the big question.
This could be it, gentlemen. There's a wave in mid. Lord up top. This is a fight waiting to break out.
He's gonna go for it on the defense. Flap TZ still has the immortality, should be fine. Torn apart memory, not enough though. Holds on to his life and the immortality. Lord gets the top turret, it's gonna be worked on, and the mid turret goes down. But BLACKLIST International holds on for a little longer.
Yue just built up a Divine Glaive. It feels like it was ages ago when we mentioned him building a trying to rush that item, but he opted to go for the lightning charge earlier, get a bit more cooldown reduction, and of course with how APBR are positioning themselves around the Faramis, you want to use the Resonate passive to maximize the damage. Yeah, it's just APBR total control. We've already laid down what BLACKLIST International could potentially do. The other scenario is then to just APBR completely flub an attempt to end the game in a base stage.
Oh, I think they're going to push it once again. Onward goes in with the Earth Shatter. Still going to be working for the turret. Netherrealm to answer. Kyle TZ is going to go on the backside. Still looking for a kill. They're quite healthy for now. Will hold on. Kyle TZ showing himself with the cables. but BLACKLIST International will hold on
Whoa.
to a sliver of the turret. Oh, Sensui playing with danger here as he stays alive.
Immaculate defense. BLACKLIST played
Yes.
that very well. Not a single casualty, and they keep their bottom lane inhibitor, albeit with just 1 HP.
Despite the massive item disparity, which is evident right now in every skirmish and fight that we're seeing, yeah, BLACKLIST International, they're keeping it very composed. Again, with all the turnarounds we've seen all throughout MPL Philippines Season 12 and even before that in Season 11, it's not impossible for BLACKLIST to find a turnaround. It's just very difficult because BREN aren't giving them a lot of room for errors to capitalize on.
Gentlemen, check this out. Can confirm since he's building full tank.
Yep.
He wants to peel for his team and then get those key CCs in. But also, they have resorted to going double roam. They actually put the encourage boost on Edward. So every little bit for those team fights.
And at this point, they're just really doing everything to set up OHEB for success. And yeah, the Brody is the main condition now for BLACKLIST International. Well, for BREN, with everything that's going well for them, their lead, they can't miss out on their targeting. They still have to keep that Brody in check and try to respect the marksman of BLACKLIST.
Yep, nothing comes for free. Now the Lord dance. Lapped easy. Going for a slow pull here. But Sensui wants to reset, wants to go put it over the BLACKLIST side. And they don't know where Marco is.
Yeah, and you also see the positioning here of Kaotizi. He's going to be the split threat.
Oh, Ogwin already using that conceal. They're going to force Sensui back here. So they might just have to give this one up unless they actually want to fight for it. They know they're down a member as well. They got to defend that bot, but Lord secured for BREN.
All right, so there's that. Again, it's so hard to contest when you're looking down double digits of a gold lead. And yeah, BREN's going to continue choking out BLACKLIST, cordon them off, keeping them inside their base.
Starlium Scythe was the item built up just now by Ogwin. Few with the Holy Crystal, Flapteezy with the Dominance Ice. So the utility that they were able to play with this Deeroth, of course, with him naturally having armor reduction here, physical defense reduction, it just set up Kaotizi and Super Marco with being able to deal more damage. While for BLACKLIST, let's see if they can hold on here. It's going to be tough. Not impossible, but incredibly difficult.
Here we go. Lord marching through mid. Bottom lane gonna get cracked open. And just like that, some defense by Black.
Yue still looking for an ultimate himself here. Onward, over! Sensui's taken care of real quickly. Edward gonna jump in with his own penalty zone. Still gonna be fighting for it. Kaotizi gets a double. Renegade on the run. It's Yue and OHEB defending. He gets tossed up again into Super Marco's hands. And that'll be it as BREN gets to match point.
This winning moment is brought to you by our official sponsor, FWD Life Insurance.